I am standing at my belt sander here, or my edge sander, whatever you want to call it. And this is the belt sander that I built my swing arm to do my radius my fretboards on. So I got a couple problems. I got two problems. I've disassembled my swing arm for now because I'm going to redesign it, because the design was decent but it needed some improvements, so we're going to redesign that. But we got a couple problems. The first problem being that this sander isn't long enough to do a fretboard. This is a fretboard here, and with the belt on you can't tell, but the actual end of the sander comes right here and comes right here. So if I was to put this on the edge, which would be right here, this would actually be on the wheel. When I sand it, there's nothing here, so it actually puts a groove in the fretboard itself. And this is only a 22 fret fretboard, and I'm planning on doing 24 fretboards. So my first problem with this thing is I need to figure out a way to extend this thing out basically about 3 to 4 inches. Now the problem with that is this is a 6x48, and the next size belt after this is like a 6x80. The least the next size I can find. Now they might make 6x60s, that would be more convenient for me, but what I found so far is a 6x80, which would end up extending this thing, this wheel, out to this area somewhere, which is a little bit long. If you get a 6x60, then it would only extend it out to about here, which I could probably work with. So my first problem is I need to figure out a way to extend this thing out to give myself more area to do my fretboards, to radius my fretboards, because I plan on doing compound radius fretboards and, you know, straight radiuses, 12, 14s, and stuff like that. And with my setup, I can do any kind of fretboard radius I want, but I just need to make this thing longer. Now the second problem ties in with the first problem, but the second problem is pretty major. So I got to go ahead and take this belt off. I'll take the belt off, then we'll come back and talk about the second problem. On the second problem, or the more major problem we got, is a piece of this is cast iron here. And what the problem is, if I take my straight edge, I'm not straight edge, and I lay it on here, you probably can't see that, I don't know, but it's nice and tight up here, nice and tight here, and there's a gap in the center. Now let me see if I can get the camera angle a little bit better so you can see that. With my straight edge on there, you can see right here, now it's not much of a gap, it's like a 1/16 of an inch, and you can see on the ends here it's tight and the gap's in the center. Hopefully you can see that, maybe you can't, but there is a gap. So that's my second problem I got this thing is not perfectly level. So with me wanting to extend this out, we're gonna have to put something on top of this to actually extend it out naturally. So we're gonna try to fix that, and it's not much. I thought it was more than that. I thought it was more like an 1/8, but it's not much. It's probably like a 1/16 of an inch. The problem is whenever you go to radius a fretboard, or whenever you go to make anything, what's going to happen is it's going to sand. It'll sand your piece of wood or whatever you're sanding to be lower on the outside and higher in the center. So you'll never get a perfectly straight edge. And when you're making fretboards, naturally it's got to be dead perfect. So what you end up having is in the middle of the fretboard it'll be high, and on the two ends of the fretboard it'll be low. So the first thing that I thought about doing was taking a piece of like 3/4 inch MDF, cutting it to this size here, naturally extending it out as far as I need to extend it, and then figuring out a way to screw it down or get it to where it wouldn't move on here, and, you know, using that as the fix. Now the only problem with that is, or it could be the problem, I don't know, I haven't tried it yet, is the MDF, when you're putting pressure on, could bow, because there's going to be a little bit of a gap in there. Now it might not, there's not much of a gap, it might be alright, but that was the first solution, or the first thing I thought about. The second thing was to get a piece like of an 1/8 inch piece of steel or something. That's the length that I need, and then the width that I need, and go ahead and putting it on and somehow, you know, securing it again so it doesn't move. And then I don't think steel is going to bow as easily. Still, my 1/8 inch piece of steel is pretty thick. It probably won't bow at all, to be honest with you. And just putting that on and then extending it out as far as I need to go. But I don't know which either one of those would work, which would be the better fix, or if there's something even I'm not thinking of that someone could think of. So that's why I'm asking my subscribers, people that watch my videos, to go ahead and give me your ideas. What do you think I should do to fix this saw so I can start radiating my fretboards and making them a lot more accurate than they have been in the past? Yeah, there's a comment section below. If you got a pretty good idea, if you think you got an idea, go ahead and put it in the comment section, and see if we can get this thing working. And also about the extending it, if you know of a place that maybe I can get a 6x60, or someone maybe sells them, I don't know, maybe they make them, I haven't found none yet, or maybe you got a better idea altogether, let me know. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in another video.